We're gonna warm up some tortillas, put it on top of homemade green chorizo. So we're basically having a skillet of ground beef, or if you made a quick chili or something, and then we're gonna put some fun toppings up on it. To make your own green chorizo, you wanna chill it for several hours, or I like to do it the day before and chill it overnight. You can use ground turkey or ground beef. I prefer ground pork, and it's basically making a green homemade sausage. That's the meat base for our nachos. I roasted, cooled, and peeled a couple of poblano peppers, very mild. Of course, stem and seed them once they're cool enough to handle. I have a combination of 1 bunch of parsley and 1 bunch of cilantro or fresh coriander already in my food processor. I also roasted up a couple of chilies that are higher in heat level. So serranos or big jalapeno peppers. So we roast them, we peel them, throw those in. I also have 4 or 5 fat cloves of garlic. I roasted those in their jackets and then let them cool, take the jacket off. And I have 2 tomatillos for natural acidity in our green sausage. And then I toasted this combination: pumpkin seeds, sesame seed, Mexican oregano, cumin, and black peppercorn. Toast and cool the seeds. Add them to your spice mill. We're gonna add the dry mix to the ground meat of choice, 2 pounds to fill a big cast iron skillet and feed a crowd. And then pulse and finely chop your herbs and chilies and garlic and tomatillos. Accent and punctuate the acidity with a little sherry vinegar or wine vinegar. Fat splash across the surface of the pork or turkey or chicken or beef. You can use any of them. Mix that all together. Chill it overnight. I'm going to brown my chorizo that's been resting overnight, and I'll meet you right back here. I'm browning it in some oil, and then you kind of pick up the fond and all the drippings, all the color and the flavor at the bottom of the pan with a light lager beer, whatever you like to drink, a nice half a bottle of beer, or you could throw in a little chicken stock or even water. I'm gonna throw some tortilla chips into the oven to warm them up. For the cheese sauce, I cook up over moderate heat an onion and some garlic. To that, I add an entire jar of Mexican crema, which is on the dairy aisle in most larger markets. It's 15 ounces or just shy of 2 cups. If your store does not have Mexican crema, use whole milk or half and half, and melt in a 3-ounce brick, the small brick of cream cheese, and you'll end up with a base that's similar to Mexican crema. Once this combines, we're going to stir in and melt some cheddar and some pepper jack cheese. This will give us queso sauce, very low maintenance queso sauce. It'll never break, it'll melt perfectly. We're gonna take our toasted tortillas, pile it all over the top. Yeah, I know. And then we're going to take, it's gonna get real. And then we're gonna take the queso and bring that sucker to the table and top it. A little cilantro and a little green onion. And my favorite, pickled jalapeno peppers.